All right, we are recording. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to your 30-minute mindful movement and meditation class. As you guys are still settling in and gathering your things, I'm just going to introduce myself to the folks watching on replay. Hi, I'm Asatta Jones. I'm a yoga teacher of over 10 years. I guide Black and Latine folk out of survival mode and into a sense of felt safety and embodied presence. That way, they can reconnect with their bodies, reclaim their energy, and show up fully for themselves and for their communities. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and give it a like, and make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell button. That way you'll be notified when I share more videos like these. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. We'll get started in a standing position today. And we'll just do some movement starting from the crown of our head. So just take your head from side to side. For those of you that are joining me live, I know it's morning, early morning. It's 8 p.m., 8 a.m. where I'm at. And for those of you joining me on the West Coast, I know it's earlier. So we'll start slow, and then we'll get into some sun salutations. The next time your head is in the middle, pause there and just take your head up and down. Nice and slow. Good. And now if you aren't already, we're going to start to match our movement with our breath. So on the next time your chin is tucked into your chest, exhale. And then inhale as your head comes towards the middle. Exhale as the head goes back. Inhale in the middle. Exhale as the chin tucks into the chest. And exhale as the head goes back. Okay, the next time the head is in the center, go ahead and stay there. We'll start to roll the shoulders back and down, get some movement here. We'll start to make our movements bigger, bring the elbows into this. Good. And then, I don't know if the camera picked that up, but it was definitely my elbow cracking. But now start to make your circles bigger. Really open up the chest and almost arch your back into it. So keep the knees a little soft, arch your back as you open up in these arm circles. The next time the hands are extended up to the ceiling, pause, stay there, interlace your fingers together, press those palms up to the sky. Take a little lean over to the right side. Inhale to center, take a little lean to the left. Inhale to center, release the bind on your fingers and roll the wrists as you bring your hands down to your sides. Nice. We're going to start to open and make a fist and open and close our palms and go fast, almost like you're trying to flick water off of your hands. Good. And if you aren't mirroring me already, go ahead and start to rock from side to side. Good. Inhale the hands all the way up. And on your exhale, go ahead and just shake the hands down. Nice. Let your rocks come to a stillness and let the hands slowly come to a stillness. And just pause in our Tadasana, in our mountain pose, where we aren't shifted too far forward and we're not shifted too far back. We're not favoring the right side. We're not favoring the left side. We're holding nice and steady in the center. And we're just becoming aware of the feet and the earth and the ground underneath it. If your eyes aren't already, go ahead and let your eyes flutter closed. And start to turn inward for just a moment. Shift your attention inward and start to notice your breath here. If you'd like to set an intention for your day, go ahead and do so. Even if you are catching this on the replay and you're like, it is 3 o'clock wherever I'm at, my day's already started. It's never too late to set an intention for your day. When you're ready, we'll start with the sun salutation, inhaling the hands up to the sky, exhaling, softening our knees, sweeping our hands down into a full fold. Inhale to half lift. Your hands can find blocks or your shins. Exhale to another full fold. Your hands are going to meet the earth this time. Deeply bend your knees. Left foot steps back. We're letting the left knee lower down onto the earth. Uncurl your back foot. Inhale. Hands up. Low lunge. Exhale. Let your hands come to your waistline. And as you do, rock your hips back so your hips stack over your knees. From here, we're going to tuck our tailbone under and just notice the lengthening and opening that's happening on our left side here. Inhale the hands up when you're ready. And we'll go ahead and take our right hand behind us. The right hand can either come to our lower back or it can travel down to the mid thigh of our left thigh. As you do, reach back with your left hand. Take a little back bend. Inhale, windmill your hands all the way down. Frame your right foot. Right foot steps back to meet your left foot. Knees down or up if you want to give yourself a challenge already. I'm going to opt for the knees down this morning, but I will sway forward so my shoulders are slightly over my wrists here, and I'm going to lower down into my push-up. Inhaling into my back bend. Exhaling back into a child's pose. I'm going to take a few cycles of breath here. On that third cycle of breath, I'm pressing my palms into the earth, rocking forward into my tabletop position, curling my toes under, lifting up into a downward facing dog. Pedal the legs here. And when you're ready, welcome stillness in your downward dog. We're sending our gaze forward towards our hands, bending our knees, stepping the left foot to the top of the mat. We're lifting up high into a high lunge this time. Deeply bending that left knee so that we are grounded. Exhale your hands down to the earth, or if they can, find blocks. Step that back foot forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to your full fold. Reverse your swan dive all the way up to the sky. Inhale the hands up to the ceiling. Exhale your hands to heart center. Let your hands come down to your sides, Tadasana. Pause one more time. And once again, we're trying to find the steady center here. And that steady breath that was present before. All right, one side informs the other, so we'll do the same thing again. Inhale the hands up to the sky. Exhale, allow yourself to come down into a full fold as your hands sweep down to the earth. Inhale to a half lift. Hands can find your shins or blocks. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Right foot steps back this time. Let your right knee come down to the earth. Curl that back foot under. Inhale the hands up. Low lunge. Exhale your hands to the waistline, and as you do, shift your hips back. Stack hips over knee. We're just noticing how that feels on that bottom leg. And when you're ready, bring the hands back up. We're finding our back bend once again. This time it's the left arm that goes back. Right arm reaches up and back. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the ground. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Curl your feet under, sway forward, and we're lowering ourselves down into our chaturanga or our push-up. We're lowering down, and let's break it down this time. Let the chin meet the earth, let the chest meet the earth, and let the stomach meet the earth as you glide out and lift up into your back bend. Squeeze your elbows together behind your back. And when you're ready, allow yourself to come down onto your belly. So we're coming into a little twist here. So the arms are going to go out to the side. Hands are about shoulder level. We're going to start by bending the left knee and rolling over our right shoulder like this, like so. So that right shoulder is onto the earth, and our hands are going to be behind our back here, and the ball of our left foot can meet the earth. I'm going to relax my neck here and allow myself to open up into this twist. An option to make this bind a little bit deeper by bringing your hands behind your back. When you're ready, allow yourself to unravel. The left hand meets the earth once again. You're rolling over back onto your stomach. Left foot meets the earth. And we'll take that same twist on the opposite side. So we're going to let the right knee bend. Left hand stays exactly where it is. We're rolling over the left shoulder into this nice chest opener and hip opener. Letting this ball of the right foot meet the earth. And if I want to, there is an option to bring my hands together behind my back. If my fingers don't interlace, or if this is uncomfortable, there's always an option to bend the elbow and let your hand come to the small of your back. Allow yourself to unravel from here. We're coming back onto our stomachs, bringing our hands underneath our shoulders, elbows back as we curl our toes under and lift up into our plank pose. Shifting ourselves back into a downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. Right foot is going to step up to the top of the mat. We're coming up into a high crescent, a high lunge here. And hands can either find the blocks or they can come to the mat, framing that right foot. Back foot steps up to meet the front leg. Inhale into your half lift. Exhale, full fold. Reverse your swan dive all the way up to the sky. Exhale, let your hands come to heart center. And when you're ready, let your hands fall to your sides, Tadasana. Inhale the hands back up to the sky. Exhale, full fold once again. Deeply bend your knees to let the hands meet the earth. We're stepping back down onto our knees into a tabletop position. Let the hands travel underneath the shoulders, and this time we're going to kick our left foot out to the side. From here, the right hand lands underneath our nose, and the left arm is going to come up to the sky. We're taking a twist here. When you're ready, let your left hand come down, and we are going to shift our weight back a little bit so that way we can come up onto our knees in a kneeling position. So I'm going to turn to the side so y'all can see me. I'm here. We're moving into our gate pose. The hands are going to extend up to the sky. Exhale, let your left hand come down your leg. Right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, the hands back up to the ceiling, and we're slowly making our way into a side plank. The right hand is landing underneath our shoulders, and the left leg floats up. If the left leg doesn't want to float up this morning, we can keep that left leg grounded and extend that left arm all the way up and over. If you're in your side plank and you have the leg floating, that left arm can extend up and over your head, but know that it's going to make things a little bit spicier. When you're ready, allow the hand to travel up to the sky, let the left foot float back down to the ground, and we're coming back up into an upright position. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky, long throughout the side body. Exhale, let the hands land in front of you, and we're threading the left arm underneath the right arm. Take yourself into twist. Allow yourself to unravel on an inhale. Let the left arm extend back up to the sky. And we're bringing the left hand down and the left knee down to meet the right. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So the right leg sticks out to the side. From here, we're going to shift our weight back so that way we can come up into a kneeling position, extending the arms up to the sky, feeling long throughout the sides of our body. Moving into our gate pose like we did before, the right arm this time is going to come down the right leg, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale back up to center, both hands come up, and we're slowly tick-tocking into our side plank on the opposite side. So the left arm lands underneath the left shoulder. We're shifting the weight into our left hand, pressing our hips forward, so maybe that right hand can float up. Right leg can float up. If not, the right leg is fine, grounded. When you're ready, if you would like to make things spicier, we'll all reach that right arm up and over our head. When you're ready, let the right leg float back down. Right hand comes up to the sky. We're using our side body to lift ourselves up. Both hands come up to the sky. Interlace your fingers together. Press up. Exhale, send the hips back. Hands land in front of us. We're bringing ourselves into our twist. The left arm lands underneath the left hand, underneath our nose, and the right arm opens us up into a twist. Allow that right arm to thread underneath the left arm. And when you're ready, left hand lands underneath the nose. Once again, we're pressing ourselves up, unraveling, opening up. One more time with the right arm up to the sky. On the exhale, let your right hand comes down to the earth. Right leg, right knee comes back to meet the left. We're curling our back foot under, and we're all coming into our downward facing dog. Paddling it out here. Inhale the heels high up to the sky. Exhale, send your heels down. We're stepping our feet out wide towards the edges of our mat, heels in, toes out, and we're going to start to walk the hands in towards the feet. We're bending our knees as the hands come closer and dropping our hips into our yogi squat. Hands can stay grounded onto the earth as long as the back is straight, or if you'd like to, allow the hands to come to heart center. Feel free to welcome some movement here or welcome stillness. When you're ready, let the next cycle of breath lift you out of this into a full fold. Heel toe the feet together, soft in the knees. Inhale the hands all the way up. We're coming into a standing position. Exhale the hands to heart center. And on the next cycle of breath, let the hands come down to your side into Tadasana. Pause for a moment here and just notice the effects of your practice. Notice what feels different than it did in the beginning of our practice before we started moving. And when you're ready, we're going to move into our meditation portion. So take a stroll to the top of your mat and find yourself in whatever comfortable position you'd like to take for your meditation. So I personally am, for my morning meditation, I like to come into a Sukhasana, an easy seat, and I'll go ahead and fold up my blanket like I'm doing right now. So that way I can sit on the edge of the blanket so it helps prop me up a little bit and I sit up a little bit taller. Some folks prefer to take their meditation practice on their back, and if that's you, give yourself permission to place blocks or a pillow or anything you need underneath you so that way this meditation is as easeful as possible. But once you've found yourself in that comfortable position, allow your hands to find anywhere on your body to land. That'll aid with grounding. And if you haven't done so already, allow your eyes to flutter closed. Or if that feels a little risky, maybe you think you'll fall asleep, let your eyes find a position or find a fixed spot that doesn't move, that's in front of you. And let your gaze soften around that spot. We'll sit in meditation for 5 minutes, but what will keep us anchored to our meditation is a slow and steady breath. So turn your awareness to that breath, and without changing it, just begin to notice it. Notice the coolness of the breath as you breathe in, and notice its warmth as you exhale. From this place of awareness, let the intention that you set for yourself come floating back to you. And allow yourself to meditate on your intention. And I'll bring you back in a few. If, like myself, there is a lot of activity outside of your meditation space, welcome that noise in, but try not to form any attachment to it. As if it's the breath that is passing through you. We're not holding on to it. We're not going to fixate on the noise. We're going to acknowledge it and then let it go. Allow your breath to become a bit fuller and your exhales to be a bit deeper than they were before. Shift your attention once again to the coolness and the warmth of your breath as you slowly start to come back to yourself and out of your meditative state. Begin to wiggle your fingers, begin to wiggle your toes. Maybe if you'd like to, once again, take your head from side to side, mirroring the movements that we did in the beginning of our practice. If you're laying on your back, allow yourself to find a comfortable side to roll to and press yourself up into a seated position from that place. From the seated position, allow your eyes to flutter open if they aren't already. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I really hope this practice has set you up for a beautiful day. If you like this class, I hope you join the next one, either live stream or the replay. And if you'd like a longer practice, I teach 2 classes a week that are longer, but I will leave the links to those classes and all the information in the description of this video. Until the next time we meet, be well.